What's up, guys? We are live, Monster Motivator TV, and we are in my world, my zen. Anytime I'm in a gym, it doesn't get any better than that. So we are in Temecula,
yes.
Jefferson Avenue. We're going to give you all that information after, right before we end. And Priscilla here is also going to share this when we're done, as you guys know, and give you all her contact information. And if you can't find her, I know where to find her. Just reach out to me and we'll find her. So I'm excited because we have another amazing entrepreneur that's going to share amazing stories. And on top of it, she's going to share her own before and after. You guys got to check this out. Major before and afters. But here's what we're going to do. Priscilla, you're going to share with everyone who you are,
All right.
where you came from,
Okay.
where you're at today, and where you see yourself going, but we're going to chunk it down.
Okay.
Right? I'm going to pull those golden nuggets out that you didn't even know you had.
Okay.
Right?
I like
And here's the other thing that makes me so pumped right now. We got a girl that's Jersey in the house. And here's how I know she's really Jersey. She said, "What exit are you from?" And that's in Jersey, we know that, right? It's the turnpike. What exit are you from, right?
Yeah.
So
16W.
she knew 16W, exit 4. So Priscilla, introduce yourself.
Okay.
And just tell us, who you are and
Okay.
where you came from.
I'm, like Dave said, originally from New Jersey, but I consider myself from California now. We've
Really?
lived here for so long.
Yeah? Oh.
I'm a mom.
Okay.
I have 2 kids.
Okay.
I'm in my 40s. I'm just like anybody else.
Okay.
I'm no different, no better. Maybe my story might change a little bit.
So you're from Jersey.
Yeah.
You're born and raised.
Yeah.
All right. Where at?
Rutherford.
Okay. So exit 16W.
Yeah.
Right. And how long did you live in Rutherford?
I graduated high school in Rutherford.
You graduated high school in Rutherford? Okay. So you were
92.
there for 18 years.
Yeah.
Then what?
Then I joined the military, and I
Right.
served the country for about 5 years.
And I already thanked her, but we're going to thank her for her service.
Thank you. It was my honor. I loved it. I love to serve.
Okay.
In the military, I got to do what I do today.
Okay.
So I got a lot of my foundation as far
Okay.
as discipline, as far as exercise
Okay.
and working out and eating right.
Now we might have to dig into that Jersey girl and get a little
Okay.
louder, right?
Oh, okay.
Just in
All
case,
right.
because I know we can find that. I can see that in her eyes.
Yeah.
She can try and hide that, but I see it. I see it. All right.
All
As soon as she told me her exit, it's on.
Okay.
It's on. So, how was your life growing up? How was your childhood?
It was good. I mean, my family immigrated from Brazil
Oh,
to
wow.
Rutherford.
Awesome. So first generation.
First generation American.
Wow,
Yeah.
very cool. So,
Yeah.
so what I love about that is you have such, I believe, right, such a great advantage because you get to see the immigrant mentality,
Oh, totally.
which look
Oh,
is at the
yeah.
end of the
It's
day,
the edge.
it's
Yeah.
lace your boots up,
Yeah.
get to work, stop your whining,
Yeah.
stop your crying
Yeah.
because we have no time for that.
No.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that's awesome. That's an
Yeah.
awesome foundation. So let's talk about that. What did you get from that? What things has helped you at this point from that mentality is awesome.
Well, I think I saw my mom and dad really fight for everything they had.
Yes.
They paid cash for everything. They didn't have the money for it, they wouldn't put it on credit. And there's a sense of contentment that you get when you live within your means as you're building and growing.
Okay.
So regardless of where I was always happy.
Because of perspective.
Yeah.
See-
I'm just happy I have food and I get to, like when I was active duty, I got to travel and where everybody else might have been complaining, because they had to go on a ship. I'm like, wow, I get to go on a cruise.
See, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that because that puts things into perspective. I always tell people when they find themselves in that funk, right?
Yeah.
And poor me
Yeah.
and victim mentality. Number one,
Totally.
victims never win.
No.
But number 2, get out of your bubble, right?
Yeah.
And I say, if it's that bad, go to a children's hospital. When that
Yes.
12-year-old little girl is fighting for cancer and her family's trying to figure out how to get through it,
Yeah.
right? Get out of that bubble or the convalescent home, right? Their clock is done. They can't get that back.
Yeah.
Now what?
Yeah.
So I love that mentality.
Yeah.
That's
That
awesome.
served me well.
Huge gift. So growing up, so you speak Portuguese?
Yes.
Ah,
Oh,
really?
wow.
Yeah.
Most people
I'm a
think
big
it's
MMA
Spanish.
guy.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah,
No.
Portuguese.
Not that I know it, but. So how were you, what kind of student were you?
Not so good.
Okay,
I wasn't a great student.
Okay.
You know, I maybe we were partying too much in Jersey or something.
That's
you know.
it. That's it.
I was always an athlete. You
Okay,
know.
so let's talk about that. How did sports help you? Because it's been my savior.
Oh, my savior too, for
Okay.
sure.
In what way? Like, how does that?
Creating discipline.
Okay.
Fighting through barriers.
Okay.
You know, not being limited.
And for me, it was an outlet.
Really?
Yeah, because I had so much energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do. Yeah, you gotta release it.
Oh
right?
my God, yeah, and I couldn't,
Yeah.
in class, I would do it, but I would always get in trouble, right?
Yeah.
When I went.
What were your sports?
I wrestled since 4th grade.
You did? My son wants to do wrestling
Listen,
now as a freshman.
I'll be honest with you, if, you never want to force your kids to do, listen, but at the end of the day, I believe it's the greatest sport for a
Really?
kid, and I'll tell you why. Because the discipline, the dedication, the practices are just,
Intense.
and that's why if you look in the UFC or you look in the professional MMA world, the collegiate wrestlers, the Olympic wrestlers just evolve so quickly because it's that gladiator mentality.
Yeah.
And if he wants to do it, right, oh my God, I would push it so,
Okay.
and let him see,
Well,
right?
he came to me. I would have never thought wrestling.
I did
I'm
that-
a soccer.
See, I did that when I was little, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to, and they put me in, baseball, and honestly, I mean, just for
He
me,
hated baseball.
I'd rather watch paint dry than be out there
Yeah.
in the outfield.
Yeah.
I'm so bored, right?
Yeah, waiting for the ball.
Right, and then football, I didn't get to play midget football, but I started in freshman year, right?
Yeah.
And all my buddies are like, where do you see these 2-a-days with the pads on, and it's summertime, it's August, so I'm like, all right, I swear to God, I'm not even kidding you. The first 2 days, I'm like, yeah, this is tough, no question about it, but you got to get 4 hours in that padded room and then doing stairs in wrestling. Oh man, what a great sport. So they were my sports, but I love to do anything outside, anything that was physical.
Yeah.
That was my world.
Release
It
your
was.
energy.
It was my comfort zone. Yeah. So you were soccer?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
I wanted him to be.
Oh.
From Brazil.
Yeah. So you guys live and
So,
breathe and die soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a gymnast, so.
You were?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, that's awesome. You know what? I swear, that is one sport that I wish I would have been able to get involved in young. Yeah. Because the rings. It's just, to me, it's such an amazing athletes. When you look at that high level, it's unbelievable.
It is. Well, we have some right there. You can go in there.
Yeah, you know what? Check. I was at Venice Beach two years ago, and I partially tore my bicep because I forgot that I wasn't 185 pounds anymore.
Yeah.
I'm 230, so I went all the way around.
Oh no.
Oh, it wasn't pretty.
No,
it was not
that's
pretty.
painful.
I got no tens.
No.
None. 0 tens. So.
That
Okay.
would have been cool to catch on video. Huh?
Oh man, and thank God it was on the beach because I just dropped. I'm like, because I felt it tear,
Yeah.
so I just dropped, and then from my pec all the way down was just black and blue.
Oh,
I
wow.
never got it worked. It didn't tear off the bone, so I worked through it.
Yeah.
Worked through it. And worked. I could still do curls and all that.
Good.
So
Slowly.
yeah. I had to work through it. So, but it was humbling.
Good.
It wasn't pretty. So, sports was your outlet. You didn't love being in class, okay? And that's the entrepreneurial
Yes.
DNA.
Yeah.
So now you find yourself in the Navy,
Yes.
okay? How was that? How was that when you first got in? Was it what you expected?
It was more. I loved it.
It was?
I thrived. I was
Okay.
the only female on
Okay.
the drill team.
So we got to get that Jersey voice up.
Yeah. Okay.
All right?
I was the only female
Okay.
on the drill team.
Okay.
And I loved it. I thrived. It was an adventure. I didn't think of it as work. I
Okay.
thought of it as an opportunity
Okay.
to be better, to learn something, to travel, to learn. In Jersey we have kind of a bubble. Our pockets of, cliques, and here in the military I had Black, Chinese, Hispanic, all cultures in a melting pot, and it was just a great experience to further my education in a deeper way.
And what I always call it creates wisdom versus knowledge, right?
Yes.
So there's things
Yeah.
that you learned that you can't get in any classroom in this
No,
world.
no.
And that's what I love, is that real wisdom. Okay, back. Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
We're bringing too much heat. We're bringing too much
know.
energy. We're shutting down the Wi-Fi. That's a good thing. So you were 5 years in.
5 years
What
in.
made you get out?
I wanted to have a family like any
Okay.
other woman. I wanted to have babies and stuff,
Right,
you know.
yeah.
And I was married at
Okay.
the time for 17 years
Wow.
with my ex.
Wow.
And he was from
We're
Jersey.
parallel,
I
girl.
know,
We're
which is
parallel.
wild. He was, you know,
Where was he from? Where?
South Williamstown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's further south. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
And, you know, but he suffered a lot with post-traumatic stress and had a lot of issues with that. And, you know, I don't know if, I mean, it was just, you know,
No,
divorce is a
listen.
crazy thing, life
Well,
is a crazy thing.
listen, at the end of the day, here's the bottom line. You grow apart.
You do,
And
yeah.
and that happens.
Yeah.
That happens. I was with Michelle for 17 years. We grew apart.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, it's life.
It's life. And, you know, so that's a whole other
Yeah,
story.
yeah,
that's
yeah,
a whole
yeah,
other,
yeah.
like, video,
A
whatever.
whole nother episode.
But, so that was my experience in the military. And
Okay.
then, I don't know what else.
Well, so you got out because you wanted to raise a family.
Yeah.
So when you got out, what did you get from that 4 or 5 years in the military? What did that give you?
Well, you know, it's funny you should ask. Now that I'm like reminiscing and going back.
When you can really step
Yeah.
back, right? You're older, more wisdom.
Yeah.
Right?
At the time, I was like, gosh, you know, what was that for? What did I go through all those challenges for? Especially because when I got out,
Was it wartime?
no, for him it was. So
Okay.
he did a couple deployments and I stayed home watching the kids. And, you know, I did lose myself in all of that. Because now I don't have my identity anymore.
Because
in
of the kids.
Yeah, I was just home, kind
The
of
whole
bored.
thing, yeah.
I didn't have a business. I didn't have military. I didn't have all these things that I love.
And let me ask you this: Were you struggling to figure out why you weren't feeling fulfilled?
Yeah.
And I don't mean
yeah,
you know
no,
you were fulfilled
totally.
on one
No,
end, but
yeah, no,
and,
I
and
totally
the reason
was.
I go there is because that's me.
Yeah.
See that entrepreneurial DNA. I believe you either have it or you don't. I know you could be, you can create.
yeah, but I think it's an innate
like I can't
thing.
work for
Yeah.
somebody. I
No.
right? So did it going through that? Were you trying to figure out why?
Yes.
Where was that missing piece?
Yeah, I remember being home one day and I thought to myself, because this is right after my daughter was born. That's that first picture. It was 6 weeks after.
We're gonna.
And I was thinking, I gotta get my body back in shape. I look like crap, and I feel like it was almost like like an external of what's going on inside, what's going on in my heart and my head. You know,
there was such a lack of connection.
Yes.
Is that
Yes.
the way? A
Yeah.
lack of connection.
And I'm a connector by nature. I love connecting businesses and people and connecting with my clients and I didn't have that. And we were going through some stuff, me and my ex, and anyway, I remember I thought, now I'm clear to go to the gym. I can go and work out.
Okay.
And nothing fit.
Right.
My pants were all tight. You know, I'm like 180 pounds.
So it's this picture here.
Yes. My thighs are rubbing together. It's September in Temecula. It's 1,000,000 degrees out. I'm wearing his Old Navy sweatpants that are rubbing together.
Now see, here's what I love about the bodybuilding world, the gym, the women hate it when their thighs rub together. The guys love it. That means we're growing. Right?
Yeah, no, not for us.
And for guys, it's when the
it's a
shirts
good
are
thing.
smaller and the pants are you know, it's so reverse. So now I want to show everyone, this was how long ago?
2008.
Okay, so 2008, right? She's human, right? I know she doesn't look it right now, the shape she's in, but understand that this is real. Monster Motivator TV is keeping it real. So she had her struggles, right? She had to figure out how to get past that. Why weren't you feeling this way?
Yeah.
And what I would put my mind, there we go. The physical was just a little part of that.
Totally.
See,
Yeah.
the emotional, trying to figure out where that void is, where that fulfillment, because I always say, you know, people want to know, tell me what you think of this. People want to know, what is the definition of happiness and what is the definition of success? And here's my take on it. Happiness only comes from fulfillment.
Yes.
And success comes from living life on your terms, whatever that means.
Exactly.
You like that?
I love that.
All right.
I love that.
All right.
So we're right here.
I mean, it's so simple,
Yeah.
right?
It's so simple.
And it just, it's real.
And don't you think it's finding your story, your voice, and saying, okay, this is what I want. This is where I will find contentment.
Yes.
in living my truth.
Whatever that is.
Not yours.
Yes.
That might seem so shiny.
So
but I already have it.
yes.
Right?
Right.
But I just have to find a way to get it out there.
And not just that, you have to learn, and I'm saying you, but they have to,
Yeah.
you have to learn how to embrace it, right?
Yes.
So I look at it this way. In order to really embrace it, right, your story,
Mm-hmm.
right, for you to be able to sit here and show this,
Mm-hmm.
right, and what do you see the after? You have to learn how to embrace it. Okay, great. That sounds great, Dave. That's that sounds great, right? We can get that in a book. But how do you do it now? And here's how I approach it. Take the pressure off yourself. Understand that your story isn't about you.
Mm-hmm.
Your story is about that other person that's trying to figure out how to get there, right? That single mom that is out of shape, not feeling good about herself, whatever that is, that single guy, or the guy with the family that's in a corporation trying to get out of that 9 to 5, whatever that is, your story, you made it through to help somebody else. So I look at it as this way. Your story isn't about you, and also it's your obligation.
Yeah.
See, it's your obligation. You know, when I do my keynotes, I start off with, I'm not even really supposed to be here. Left back in the 2nd grade, diagnosed with ADD, said I had a learning disorder, never graduated high school. At 19, I'm sitting in a jail cell looking at 8 to 10 if things don't go my way.
Wow.
Luckily, they went my way.
Yeah.
And you'll be so amazed at the end of that keynote in the corporate world, how many people that you would never guess go, oh my God, that's me. Or, oh my God, that's my son. Or, that's so-and-so.
Yeah.
They connect with that.
Yeah.
So your story connects because it's real. So that's what I love. That's what I love about it. So enough for me. So you're going through this time, and you're fulfilled on one end. You have your family. You're your mom. You're the mom, right? You're running the house, but there's something missing.
Yeah.
Now what?
So I think that day I was walking around in my ex's sweatpants, sweating and crying.
That's it.
And I had the baby.
Little meltdown.
Yeah.
Little meltdown.
Total breakdown.
Right.
And
But let's hold on a second. Let's talk about that. Let me just clear that. But let's talk about that because this is real. People are going through that, and it's okay.
Yeah.
Right. But what's not okay? And you tell me if you agree with this, right? And give me your side. There's a mourning process, but you have to have an end date.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I knew at that point, I'm like, you know what? If I can get myself here, I can get myself out. And I just need to change my focus.
So you're walking around in his sweats, crying with the baby in your hands,
with my
right?
sweats.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, we got a visual. So what? How are you getting out of this funk?
Well, I started becoming grateful. Just grateful for what I was having. Like I thought, here I have this beautiful baby girl who I love. Is this the person I want her to be?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I just and I thought, you know what? I just have to be better for her and for me.
Oh man, I love it.
Do you want me to talk louder?
Yeah, I need you to talk louder. But I could be her voice for a little bit. What she's saying is, and if you didn't catch that, is she had to figure out, here's how I take this. She went back to her roots, and she went back to that identity of immigrant. So now you're grateful, right? You're grateful for everything, and that attitude of gratitude wins every time. Yes. And she created a win. She found, a why, that I'm big on your why. So when you can identify your why and it becomes big enough, right? You keep moving forward through those fear barriers. But when it becomes bigger than you, you become unstoppable. Totally. So now your family is your why. Yeah. And so again, the same recipe, different ingredients for everybody.
Totally.
Everybody, right? So you're tying into that why. Now I'm assuming you're just taking those action steps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just going through it, and then it started out P3 that day or that season of my life. It was Priscilla, and I knew at that time that my marriage was over. So it was going to be the three of us. Yeah.
You just knew.
I just knew.
Okay.
Even though my baby girl was a baby, I just knew.
Okay.
I'm like, I can't keep doing this, living a lie and all this stuff.
Love that though.
Yeah.
See, again, let's really pull this out and highlight this. Is going back to your what I call your inner GPS, right? Your gut feeling, you knowing, right? Just knowing. But having the courage to
Yeah.
move forward with that.
Yeah.
So now, right, you feel physically out of shape, right? Brand new little girl, right? Building a family, and you know that your marriage is over.
Yeah.
That's
I know.
that's
Like,
badass,
I
girl.
know.
I mean, that's
Totally.
monster mode.
I know.
So now what? Look, we're at the edge of our seat.
I just kept walking around the block in the sweats every day.
So-
And that was my prayer time, my meditation time. And
All right, so let me ask you this. I learned a while back that I need motion therapy.
Mhm.
I need
Yes.
I need to move.
I need to move.
You
Yes,
too? Okay.
totally.
Okay.
And I have to be outside.
Man,
I have to be in the green.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yes.
I
Okay.
think we're like separated at birth.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Because that is
Yeah.
that's I can even because I have a fire restoration business as well, so I'm on the road all the time, driving from town to town. Even in my truck, I'm okay. I think,
Yeah.
I clear my head.
Yeah. You're moving.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
that motion therapy.
Yeah.
I'm walking my dog, I'm in my zen.
Yes.
I'm at the gym, and it's interesting. If you met me at the gym, I tell people all this time, if the first time you ever met me was at the gym, you'd say, what an asshole he is. I have
He's
my
in his zone.
I have
Yeah.
my headphones on.
I have my
I don't
ball
make
cap
eye
on.
contact.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk.
Yeah.
I don't care what's going on in your world for that hour.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's my zen.
Yeah.
That's my zen. So after, I'm not such a mean guy,
Yeah.
right? But motion therapy, how much is that? How much is?
Oh, it's like therapy, like with no copay or
It's
deductible.
our savior. Yes,
total.
it's our savior. Okay, so
And I didn't know it until that time.
I know.
I didn't know
You
what
can't
I
define
needed.
it.
I thought, wow, why do I feel so good now?
yes,
Why do I feel like I cleared everything out? And to me, I'm a believer, so I pray.
yes,
So that's my prayer time and I'll listen to Jim Rohn, I'll listen to Tony Robbins, all the big,
You're
big
feeding
names,
you're feeding yourself.
feeding myself with truth,
Yes,
right?
Yes.
And trying to say, okay, this is a lie.
Mhm.
This body is not real.
Mhm.
This isn't who I am.
It's a shell.
It's a shell.
It's a vehicle to get us
Yeah.
through that lifetime.
Yeah.
Right.
And especially out of my normal
Mhm.
body.
Mhm.
I've always been in shape. I'm like, this isn't real. This
Mhm.
is, I can change this.
Right.
But it starts daily. It
Mhm.
starts with creating a new habit, a new way of thinking, a new way of feeling,
Mhm.
and gratitude,
And,
know?
and I know you're going to be all over this. It's at the end of the day, and you know this, when I have my sports nutrition store, and this is so up your alley, you can put the best meal plan together and the
Oh.
best workout, but unless you create that lifestyle change in
Mhm.
here, nothing
Nothing.
matters. And that 4-letter word diet,
Mhm.
you can throw that out,
Yeah.
right? Because it's that lifestyle
Yes.
change. So you're identifying your why.
Mhm.
Your why is bigger than you. So let's keep going with this, because there's so many people that were in your position. How did you get through, and you don't have to give all the details, but how did you get through that, really understanding that, man, my marriage is over, right? And you have a little baby. How were you able to do that? Was it the belief? Was it the prayers?
I think
was it
so. Just kind of re-identifying
Okay.
with the truth of who I am
Okay.
and what I deserve, as opposed to just settling. Like
Man.
shifting that thinking. It
Yes.
starts in our mind.
Right.
It starts with the why and connecting. So P3 is passion, purpose, plan.
Okay.
I had a passion.
Passion, purpose, plan.
Mhm.
P3.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so the immigrant military came in, and it serves well because we can have all the passion,
Mhm.
purpose,
Mhm.
but without a plan, it's not going to happen.
Absolutely.
So my plan was, let me start slow. Let me walk every day. I'm not going to
Yeah.
throw myself in the gym and hurt myself,
Mhm. Mhm.
and I'm not going to go on a crazy diet because that's going to be fleeting.
No. It's
Let me
just,
do the real work in here,
okay.
and then I'll find the stuff. Like
Okay.
when a student is ready, the teacher will show up.
Absolutely.
So maybe that meal plan or whatever it might be,
Right.
there's a million out there,
Mhm.
but I need to find the right one for me,
Right.
right?
Right.
Which for me is just eating simple.
Yes.
I don't go cray-cray
Right.
with all kinds of crazy diets.
Love it.
And I don't push that either to my clients because I've seen them fail. So I love having that plan of action.
Okay.
Because I don't trust my emotions. I'm like this,
I know.
high, low, high,
Yeah.
low. But if I have a plan, I'm going to follow it regardless of how I feel.
And that's setting yourself up for success, right? Creating that lifestyle change, right? Which starts in here. And even if it's not feeling so, it's gonna feel awkward in the beginning, right? Because it's new. But you just keep moving down and surrounding yourself with the right people, whether it's a CD, whether it's the radio, or whether it's in person, right? Surround yourself with that environment, right? So, you know, now you guys are separated, divorced. Now what do you do? I mean, you have...
Today?
No.
Oh,
then,
like after that?
Yeah.
So...
I mean, that had to be really scary.
It was.
I mean, really scary.
But I think it was scarier to stay. It was just, I'm like, I can't do this.
Okay.
You know, I can't live like this.
And you are in the minority. It's unbelievable, right? Because most people, when you use the term settling, and I just did a post today. To me, settling is giving up.
Yeah.
It's giving up.
Oh no.
I know.
There's no way.
I know. But it had to be.
And I think my son was watching Nemo at the time.
Right.
Remember Finding Nemo when Dory just keep swimming. Just, and that was my
Hey,
mom.
Listen, whatever works. Whatever works.
That's what worked.
You
know, I didn't have anything sometimes, and I would just keep swimming and just keep going.
What was the one? I'm going to show my age on this one, but the little train that could or something like that. Whatever it was, right?
Just keep going.
You got just keep taking that next step. Don't worry about the whole staircase, right? Just keep moving forward. So, when did you start becoming an entrepreneur? Like, when did you actually jump into the entrepreneurial world?
Well, I think like you, I had my moments of like starting something, not having all the processes and systems in place, right?
That happened plenty.
And then you fall, and then you gotta get back up. And then I did it probably about 3 or 4 times in my life. But it was all in preparation for this today. Now I'm living out my dream. I can't believe I get paid to do this.
And see,
I'm
but that's so...
Pinch me.
because you know why? Because you took that, action. Here's what I always say, and I just want to let you know, right? Environment means everything. I hear the Jersey accent now, so much more than...
I'm much more comfortable now.
But it's environment, right? Right? So don't blame me, but I love it. So you took here's what I believe, and you tell me if this has happened to you in your life. Action becomes magical when you take the action and you keep moving forward. The people and the circumstances come in that start to make it happen, and there's things in your life that the best Hollywood screenwriters couldn't write, right? The people come in, you're like, what? And and keep moving forward. I think what happens is so many people get so afraid, right, that they go back into safety. For whatever that reason is. And I always say that the darkness, and you know this as an entrepreneur, it's a lonely road. Never used to this phone. Okay, the darkness it becomes permanent when you go back into safety.
Wow.
Does that for that? Is that because I did?
I love that.
At least in
that
my mind, I created that. So if you break that down and you understand what that really is we always have a choice, right? You could have known that your marriage was over and you needed to make decisions, but you could have settled and stayed, or you move forward into that scary darkness, but it only becomes temporary. Right? Think about that darkness if you would have stayed, right? That you can never leave it. Right? Does that make sense? Okay. So now you started in your garage, right? Right? And how long were you there?
Well, I actually started in the park around the corner from my garage. Okay. And it rained and there was dog poop everywhere. So it was just not a good business. Real ghetto. $5 to come and work out, or put it in the little hat.
That's right.
But then I evolved a little bit and grew it into my garage. And the shift for me became, I was a one-to-one trainer. I did really, really well in working at Fitness 19 and the box gyms and stuff, and I did it in the military. So building rapport, connection with people was very easy for me. So I quickly became very successful in that by just being naturally,
That's who you are.
So my neighbor came over one day, and she's a teacher, single mom too, and she hands me her income tax return. It was like $1,200, and she's like, "How many sessions can I get with you?" And part of me was flattered that she'd hand me her
Right. And then
tax
you felt a little
return,
guilty.
and then I felt guilty. I'm like, gosh, you know, she's just like me. Why should I take her money? What if I figure out a way to, you know, make
Wow.
it so it can stretch a little bit for her? Because I knew she couldn't get many sessions. You know, I was charging $75 an hour because I could. You know, I can command
Well,
that.
you brought the value.
Yeah, there's, you know, and I knew that.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
This is a different circumstance, right?
totally, you know, my heart really went out to her, and I thought, okay, so what if we get 2 of your girlfriends from work who also want to get in shape, and we work out together, and you guys split the cost, and, you know, same time for me. And I noticed with this group that the accountability and the support was so much stronger than me just being the only one. Because they were in the lunchroom
All right.
bringing the salad and
Okay.
doing all that stuff. And I thought, wow, I'm onto something. I can still deliver great value, if not better, for a lower price point, right?
Right.
So my garage just grew. And
Wow.
my homeowners hated me because, you know, I've
Yeah,
got like
yeah.
parked
And the
cars
pla- yeah, yeah,
everywhere
yeah, yeah.
and music and all kinds of stuff. So, but then I had to muster up the courage again to take on the overhead.
Now,
building
let me
business.
switch this. How long have you been here?
Since October of 2014.
You did tell me that. So you went from the park to your garage to this location now,
Yeah.
right? And in between, you had to figure out, as an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
right? Your business plan was this in the beginning. Now it becomes this.
Yes,
Now it becomes this.
evolving, yeah.
Now it becomes that, because you have to. You quoted Bruce Lee earlier, right? So if you become water, right? Become like water. Figure out how to. If you can't make decisions while you're going through it, you're never going to make it. And that's part of being an entrepreneur, because nothing's set in stone.
No.
And at the same time, that becomes our oxygen, because
Yeah.
what's going to happen today,
Yeah.
right?
You're just-
I mean,
it's like an adventure.
it's exactly, that becomes, look at your,
Yeah.
I mean, you're lighting up like a Christmas tree, because that becomes our oxygen,
Yeah.
right? And that's why we can't be, it is such a struggle for me to be in my office.
Oh.
I'm not even, I mean,
bet.
it is a struggle
Yeah, I can
for me.
imagine.
I got how many emails? I'm gonna be
Yeah.
out, like,
Yeah,
and
talking to
this.
people, yeah.
Even people go, how come you don't do it on Skype? It's not.
It's
This
not the
is
same.
no way.
Yeah.
No way. This is
awesome.
my oxygen. So.
And this is kind of an adventure for me today. Like,
know.
I had no idea.
I know. I
you
can see it in your
and
face.
I'm like,
When I
what
come
do I
bopping in here, you're like,
expect?
oh my God.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I was a personal trainer on the side before I came out here. I had that 6-month window. So my buddy Anthony had a gym, right? And he said, I said, hey, and he set it up to where it was almost like a salon. You wouldn't rent a spot, but he had like 4 or 5 trainers, and then you train 2 people at a time, half-hour increments, put them through a full body workout,
Yeah.
and then you get a piece of it, right? So I just needed to stay busy. So I remember, and she's one of my testimonials on my website back in 2008. Her name's Anna Rosenblatt. I love her. You ready? So probably about over 100 pounds overweight, obese, right? And I'm on the floor, and I'm working my people, and Anthony calls me over, and he says, Dave, you're going to train with Dave. And I walk over, I'll go, Anna, very nice to meet you. And she goes, oh my God, he's going to hurt me. I go, no, Anna, this is going to be fun, right?
Yeah.
So fast forward the clock, 4 months later, over 60 pounds down, off every medication of her diabetes except for one, and I had no idea. She had 2 little boys. I had no idea. I come out here in 2008. She finds me on Facebook and tells me that before she came into the reason she came into the gym is because her doctor said they want to have a 3rd kid, and her doctor said you wouldn't make it, right?
Oh, wow.
She had her 3rd
Aw.
child. So it was so cool.
I
It
love
was
that.
so cool.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
That's
You know,
awesome.
it's that, it just feeds you.
Yeah, because we're not alone in the struggle.
No,
right? There's
no,
so many people.
no, and that's why your story relates to so many people,
Yeah.
right? Because it's real, you know, that mom trying to figure out, what do I do from here? My marriage is over,
Yeah.
right? The realization, the world, and I always say life puts us through boot camps, right? Life wants to know, what are you made of, right? What are you all about, and how bad do you want it? And you know, and tell me how you think of this. is I don't make the rules, you don't make the rules. Life makes the rules. Life says you're either going to earn it or you don't deserve it. You know, and I think being, especially coming from your background, the immigrant world, that's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So is that good?
Yeah.
All right.
Love it.
All right. So is there anything that I didn't talk about that you want to say before we jump off?
I don't know. Let's see.
Well, give us a little philosophy on your life, on life, not your life, on life.
On life.
So some gold nuggets that they're, and we got to get that Jersey girl.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Let's get it
We
out
got the
there.
earrings. We got to get the voice. I'm at home here. Listen, I'm at home right here.
You are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just to embrace life as it is. Don't try to change it. Like
Okay.
you said, the rules are already there. You have to kind of figure out now your P3. I always ask,
Okay.
what's your P3? What's your passion, your purpose, and your plan?
What's your passion, your purpose, and your plan? Here's what else I'm going to do. We have some people that jumped on. I can't read it from here, right? So I'm going to bring it over, and we're going to see what those questions are, or comments,
Okay.
right? Because you're bringing the heat, girl. You even shut down the internet on us.
Oh my God.
So, sorry guys, I'm using my phone this time, so hang in there with me. Wade Bloodgood, that's my man. I love she started where she was with what she had to work with and built on that and did not give up. So many I see stop because thousands excuses and always chase achievements but rarely follow through. And you know what, Wade, you're absolutely right. And that's why I say I'm allergic to excuses, right? My eyes water, I start to sneeze as soon as I hear excuses because for what? What's it going to do? Right? What does it do for us?
Yeah.
Do sure. You agree with Wade?
Totally.
And we got all kinds of people jumping on here. Look at this. Beautiful. Epic gravity pull. Okay. We got all kinds of people jumping on here. Awesome. O'Shea. We just did a Monster Motivator TV with her. She went from 16 years as an entrepreneur, as a hairdresser at her own place, homeless, and then now reinvented herself. And in 6 years, she creates dresses, and she has hot A-list celebrities now in Beverly Hills.
Wow.
Love her. So she
Awesome.
thinks you're awesome.
All right. I think you're awesome too, girl.
Awesome. And what's going to happen, as everyone knows, we're going to reshare this, and Priscilla's going to reshare it.
Okay, yeah.
And then, because we are hooked up on Facebook, right?
Yes.
Okay. And she's going to be able to interact, say hello, thank everyone for jumping on, and then what's going to happen is once we upload it to our YouTube channel, every time we promote, you get promoted, and then you get to use that footage any way you want.
Awesome.
What else? Anything else before we jump off?
Just find your P3. That's the secret sauce.
That a girl. And here's how much we're alike. You call it the P3. I call it motivation, inspiration, and perspiration. So, motivation gets you to the starting blocks. Inspiration is your why. Comes from the inside, and nothing happens without perspiration.
Yeah, I love that. Awesome.
But it's the same.
It is.
Same recipe, different ingredients.
Same sauce.
See, I'm at home. I'm so at home. So, guys, as you know, we're going to share this. Please share it if you're getting value out of it. I forgot to bring my book again, Knock Out Fear in the First Round. If you want to learn how to identify and crush those fear barriers, jump on. And please reach out to Priscilla if you have any questions about fitness, about life, about crushing those fear barriers. This is the girl. This is who you want to talk to because she's real living proof that your story's not about you.
No.
Your story, you made it through to help somebody else. So I love that about her. And it doesn't hurt that she's from Jersey, and I can hear that accent still. So that's what it's about. So guys, thanks so much for tuning in. We will see you on the next episode. Keep making it happen. Do you know the Monster Motivator roar? Do you know that?
No.
Okay, so.
Do I have to do something?
Oh yeah, we're gonna have fun. So here, I love it. So Monster Motivator roar. The sound is just as important as the pose. Okay. And there's a reason.
Okay.
I believe that we're always in one state at a time. So we're either if we're in gratitude state, we can't be in sorrow state. If we're in happy state, we can't be in sad state. So the Monster Motivator roar puts us in a state that we can just conquer the world.
that.
You ready?
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you how it is, and you're going to know because you were on stage, the crab, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to give it the Monster Motivator roar because, you ready?
Yeah.
We have two choices in life. We can go through life as a lion and roar, or we can go through life as a kitten and purr. That's up to you.
Okay.
I want to be a lion.
I like that.
I want to be a
Me
lion.
too.
So on 3, here's what it's going to look like. You ready? We're going to go, ah! Now the sound, right? You got to find that Jersey girl.
Okay.
On 3.
I'm gonna bring it.
That a girl. That a girl. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah! That a girl. I love it.